Hello and welcome in. My name's Karen. This is Lost Souls Tarot. Um, okay, let's see what we've got going on today. Okay, I'm going to start with the Star Codes Astro Oracle deck. Actually, I might need the book over. I put the book over there, but go grab it because there's some in here that. Oopsie. I'll take 3 of these. Give us a wee bit of a steer. That one. You've got Aquarius coming out, collaborate. So the last two times I've used these, not a single star sign has come out. Because I've got planets in here and other interesting cards. They're not just star signs. So I've got Taurus. Okay, so heavy star signs coming out. Aquarius and Taurus. Take one more in. This one. Sagittarius. All 3 are star signs. Okay, cool. Right, well, it's been a while since I got a star sign out of this deck. Okay. So we've got fire, air, and Aquarius always. Yeah, Aquarius is an air sign. It's not a water sign. Aquarius always, it makes sounds like it should be a water sign. It's not. So we've got Aquarius, Taurus, and Sagittarius. Interesting. Okay. I'm going to take some from the. I'm going to take one from the happy deck just to give us a little bit of a theme for the reading. So energy's coming out. That one, that one, that one, that one, that one. There we go. If you're going through hell, keep going. Winston Churchill. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. What's interesting is we've got Taurus energy in here, which is kind of the middle energy out of these 3. Taurus is can be quite, I'm a Taurus, can be quite stubborn, quite slow, quite methodical, but you kind of work through things. If one of these star signs resonates with you, then excellent. Right. This is the High Priestess deck. We've got the letter P coming out. Let's go see if any of these resonate. They don't have to resonate with you. They just might. If they resonate more strongly with you, then the rest of the reading, when we get to the tarot, might also strongly resonate with you. Oops. Okay, I've got the 1980s wanting to come out. This might be someone who was born in the 1980s or one of these star signs. You might be born in the 1980s and be one of these star signs. That's the same thing as what I just said, isn't it? So a couple of days since I did a reading, I needed a little break. Distant future. So it's. I don't like the sage is lovely, but it does make a mess. So we've got 1980s and distant future coming out in the letter P. So this might be someone you've known a long time. It might be someone that you still know. Air coming. Oh no, it's more than one. I'm not taking it. So the air wanting to come out, which would something to do with the Aquarius. Rooster. Okay, I've got the year of the rooster coming out, which is 69, 81, 93, 2005, 2017, and the next one is 2029. So again, we might have a rooster for one of these signs. The 1980s rooster is 1981. Artemis. Perfect shot. So Artemis is the goddess of the hunt. I have a particular fondness for Artemis. And she tends to come up when you've hit a nail on the head or you've kind of played something a little bit strategically and kept your mouth quiet and then just waited for your perfect moment. Whatever that is, however that resonates with you. And then we've got the throat chakra. I speak, sorry, it's light grey, so it doesn't really show up very well on the camera, but this tells me that someone waited for the perfect moment to either take their shot with. I mean, it doesn't necessarily need to be something bad. It could be just take your shot with someone, as well, or you could have just strategically stayed quiet about something and then kind of call someone out. Also got the letter L, so I've got P and L coming out. Or LP. I've got someone with avoidant or commitment issues. Okay. Given that we had If You're Going Through Hell, Keep Going coming out by Winston Churchill, I think this perfect shot was you've been having a hard time possibly in a relationship. It doesn't need to be romantic with someone. And you kind of just waited for your perfect moment for something. Or you're waiting for your perfect moment for something. So this might resonate, especially if you're kind of curious about the outcome. Do I want to do another line of these? No, I don't. We're just going to leave the High Priestess deck there. Let's do a line from the black deck. So this is a deck of 300 cards. I usually can only shuffle half the deck at any one time. It's just the bottom half of the deck. Hang on, I'm going to shuffle the bottom half of the deck. Right. I'm going to start the read with these. Oops. Oh, goodness gracious. Right, I've made a mess there. They seem to have stuck together since I last moved them. Moved them? No, the other thing. Yeah, moved them closely together. It's called shuffling. Since I last shuffled them. Yeah, okay. There we go. Right, that one. Got the Year of the Ox coming out. 1961, 1973, 1985. We had 1980s coming out here, so it could be something significant about 1981 or 1985. 97, 2009, and 2021, which means the next year of the Ox is 2033, which is could be the year in the distant future. So take it as it resonates. I didn't just spray my face with water. I'm so smooth. Hope you're all having a lovely week and a lovely February. I can't believe February is almost over. Snowdrops are out. If you're not from Scotland or the UK, I'm not sure if you're familiar with snowdrops. They're a lovely little flower that comes out, white little flower that comes out in February. It kind of comes out before the daffodils. So the letter D coming out. So we've got P, D, and L, or PLD played. Someone played. We've got Phoenix coming out as well. So we've got a Phoenix rising from the ashes. Since this statement says if you're going through hell, keep going, you will be a Phoenix rising from the ashes. That's what's telling me. So, you know, if you're going through a hard time right now, just keep going. You're going to be fine. Or shame. So someone feeling some shame? Or someone being shamed? Do you carry shame? If you do, it's kind of, that's a part of your shadow that you need to kind of heal and forgive yourself for. South Node. Okay. Not sure this is a collective, but let's see. That's 5. That's fine. Okay, let's take them start. Let's do some complementary ones from the white deck. We'll take them from the top. Again, there's 300 in here. We've got Capricorn coming out, which is another earth sign. December 22nd to January 19th. Follows on from Sagittarius. So we've got Aquarius, Taurus, Sagittarius, and Capricorn on the table. Got power. PLD, under the letter D, we've got power. Someone who's a bit... Not sure whose energy that is. Let's keep going. Fish hook. Okay. So I'm getting kind of played from the PLD that's come out. I mean, if those letters resonate with you in a different way, fine. I'm getting somebody wanted power over you and they were trying to fish hook you, which I get the feeling might have caught you a little bit off guard, and maybe you're feeling a little bit shamed at that. Got the 1980s coming out again. 1980s is really strong here. So 1981, 1985, which both came out with the Year of the Rooster and the Ox is there. Sorry. Got Lack of Boundaries and South Node. Okay. So maybe you feel a little bit of shame about not having boundaries in the past. As a consequence, you kind of went through hell. Maybe this person, I mean, fish hooking, that's just, you know, someone who's coming back to hook you back in for more of the same, and you believe them, and or they hook you back in with promises, apologies, and then they just revert back to their old behavior. So that's kind of it. I'm getting a bit of a yucky energy from these cards. So let's see. I'll do the tea leaf. Actually, let's do no, I don't want to do the tea leaf right now. Let's put them over here. Let's do some from the Broken Mirror Oracle deck, and then we'll go into the tarot. That one. Got someone at rock bottom here. I'll read them in a minute. I'll get, oops, that's way too many. That one. So I've got rock bottom, conflict resolution. I think the rock bottom might be you. If you're going through hell, keep going. I'm not sure if that's where you were or where you've been. It's coming underneath Capricorn. So this could have been and under the year of the ox. So this could have been in the past. So as I said before, it's 61, 73, 85, 97, 2009 or 2021. If it resonates, it resonates. Or it could be now. But at some point, either this Capricorn took you to rock bottom, or they maybe took you through rock bottom during Capricorn season, which is kind of over the Christmas season and New Year, which is a difficult time for most people anyway. So could also be that. Or you can have a Capricorn ox. Take it as it resonates. Distractions. So we had conflict resolution come out here under D and power. Compromising, make amends, positive outcome. And rock bottom had karma, jail, legal issues, life falling apart. I'm not getting the jail from this one. I don't think it's anything to do with prison. I just think it's maybe karma and life falling apart here, or maybe you felt like it was karma. But then somebody was planning to, I don't know if you were going to try to resolve the conflict or the other person, but it was a power move and it was a fish hook. Compromise and making amends, positive outcome. Absolutely tried to fish hook you back in. Temptation, always busy, kept you waiting. So whatever behaviours, so if this person fish hooked you back in, whatever behaviours they had before, they had again. There was no change. Oh, sorry. I'm getting a really, really icky energy from these cards. It's not nice. Okay, we've got guidance, faith, healing, intuition, dreams. So you're healing, or you will be healing. I get the feeling that this rock bottom is maybe in the past. I get the feeling that this rock bottom is in the past, and then this person came back to fish hook you back in. And then you felt shame or guilt over letting them back in and believing them, which we all do. But you're healing from that, and you're basically like a phoenix. I mean, we've got Phoenix right in the middle of the reading, which is your energy, and you know that's a really strong energy. So I think whatever this person did in the past, they did exactly the same thing again. This person is stubborn, bossy, selfish, inflexible. So this person was preying on your lack of boundaries. I think maybe the second time around you believed them, but I don't know, you might have had better boundaries this time around. Just put them there. Okay, let's pull out the tarot. Let's start with the Azure Blue tarot deck. Is it Azure Blue it's called? No, Azure Arcana deck. Azure is blue. Azure Blue tarot deck. No, Azure. I don't know. I've got short-term memory issues. Azure Arcana tarot deck is it's called. I really like this deck. It is totally vibing for me at the moment, which is lovely. The moon. I'm going to put my specs for this because it does have quite old styly writing on it. I've got the moon. It's hidden. What you can't see, but your intuition sometimes feel if you're tapped into your intuition. There's a tower in the background, and there's a white wolf howling at the moon. Pisces energy here. This is kind of giving me the energy of when you hit rock bottom, you knew what this person was doing. Now, it's not clear if whatever the hell they put you through, they don't need to have been cheating. Could have been something else. It was maybe just their behavior, or maybe they got you into legal issues, they got into legal issues. I mean, whatever it was, you felt like your life was falling apart. And your intuition told you there was more. There was more to it than what you could see. Like, it's almost like if you knew the whole story, you maybe would never have let this person fish hook you back in the first place. That makes sense. Of course it does. Eight of Swords. This is coming out under the letter D, power, because this person's wanted power over you by fish hooking you back in. They wanted to resolve conflict by making amends, compromising. I doubt that compromise lasted, because they wanted to get you trapped in your head. And that's what people do when they fish hook you. They get you trapped in your head. They want to eight of Swords you and get you stuck in your head so you couldn't make a decision. Possibly playing with the wound. If you hadn't fully healed from this person, you hadn't been able to let them go. Perhaps playing on the wound that they caused from the past. And I can't tell what these timescales are. I mean, maybe one of you was born in 1981, one was born in 1985. It's not clear. I mean, those years will resonate or they won't, or those signs, the rooster and the ox will resonate. Got Six of Cups here. Temptation, always busy, kept you waiting. So this person had a wandering eye and they practiced scarcity tactics in the past. And I think they did it again. But I think you still had nostalgic feelings. And the thing is, if you've had a period of time where you've kind of separated from someone, you're never going to speak to them again, and then they come back in, you kind of forget all the bad things they did. And you kind of just nostalgically look at the good things. And I think what happened is this person fish hooked you back in, and then slowly as their behaviour started to change from this conflict resolution, this compromising behaviour, to, oh, it was clearly a fish hook that made you feel a bit ashamed for believing them. That nostalgia disappears and you just remember the past, and then that wound reopens. So we've got the Magician in reverse here. So this is a lack of alchemy, a lack of manifestation, a lack of even growth, not growth, but faith, healing, intuition, and dreams. Did you struggle to heal from this? Did this person humiliate you in some way? Because humiliation and shame will come with that. Someone fish hooks you back in and you realise they've got you hook, line, and sinker. And you believed it. I've got Judgment. Coming out on top of stubborn, lack of boundaries, and this person's in their south node. So you've had, okay, that could be interpreted one of two ways. I think you struggled to heal from this. I think you struggled to, I think you wanted to heal from this. But I think you struggled to let go of this shame. And I don't know why the 1980s is coming out. If that resonates with you, you'll know why that is coming out. But I think you struggled to manifest, move on, create, alchemize after this person. Because I think you struggled to let go of the shame. But at some point, you kind of rained judgment down on it, and I think you saw it clearly. And you saw that this person was never going to change. They were who they were. I mean, I like that there's an ass in this, because that's pretty much what they are. They're basically someone who's never going to change. They're bossy, they're selfish, they're inflexible, and they just expect you to abandon yourself, you to have a lack of boundaries, and maybe even pushed you into your south node. This person, I think, is in their south node, but they might have kind of pushed you into your south node a little bit, especially with, maybe you had a shame wound that they were capitalizing on. Maybe they shamed you into getting back together, I don't know. tell me about this rock bottom and this, your intuition kind of giving you an inkling of, that's far too many. I'm going to take both of them. I'll take a few more before I interpret them. That one. That one. Oopsie, that's way too many. Ten of Swords and the High Priestess showing their faces there. High Priestess was on her side, so maybe struggling with your intuition, struggling to listen to your intuition, maybe, especially with the Magician in the reverse. Just want one more, please. There we go. No, that's two. Nope. Nope. That one. Four of Cups. Okay. So we've got the Six of Wands. Okay, so the Six of Wands on top of the Moon. That's victory. So you were victorious in something. Possibly in seeing what was hidden. Especially because we briefly saw the High Priestess there, albeit she was on her side. And then we've got the Chariot. So this person tried to get you stuck in your head because this is coming out on top of the Eight of Swords. But the Chariot's the fastest moving card in the deck. And the Six of Wands is moving in the same direction. Okay, you have to kind of pass through. So we've got the Six of Cups going to the Five of Cups here. All 5 cups are upright as well. Normally 3 are spilled and there's 2 that they're not looking at. This person isn't looking at any of the upright cups. And then we've got the King of Pentacles. There's definitely kind of a bull in here. So very strong Taurus energy from the King of Pentacles here. Very earthy, very stable, very reliable, very abundant. Which is coming out on top of the Magician in reverse. And then we've got the Four of Cups on top of Judgment. This is really interesting energy. I kind of got some of this energy when the Magician came out in reverse before. But you made a decision to race away from this person on your Chariot. Okay? Chariot is Cancer energy. So we've got a lot of signs out here on the table. And okay, it brought you sadness and regret about the past. But I think you realise, because we've got the King of Pentacles on top of the Magician here in reverse, you were never going to be able to alchemize with this person. You were never going to be able to grow. You were never going to be able to heal. You were never going to be anything. It was almost like you were sliding back into the past. This person was trying to slide you back into behaviors. And so you were never going to truly be the King of Pentacles, regardless of gender, which is a really stable, reliable, abundant leader. And you can't be with somebody who is, I was going to say bossy, selfish, and flexible. Now, to be fair, Taurus energies can be a bit stubborn as well. I don't think you're the one who's being inflexible. And then we've got the Four of Cups here on top of Judgment. Now, this is about apathy. This is about rejecting love. This is about not being interested. So I think you weren't interested in anything for a while after this person. The second time, this is after they fish hooked you in the second time. And I think certainly here, you rain judgment down on this person because you saw them as bossy, selfish, and inflexible. But you also kind of rain judgment down on yourself and maybe saw that you had a lack of boundaries with this person. And maybe what you thought were boundaries actually weren't, because boundaries have consequences. Texting people long paragraphs about how they should treat you better is not boundaries. That's just wasting air on people. Actions are boundaries. You don't respect my boundaries. This is my limit. I remove my presence. You don't get access to me, or you get less access to me. You're going to be hot and cold with me. I'm going to remove my energy until you're consistent. You know, things like that. So I get the feeling that the South Node was perhaps yourself for a little while as well. I feel like they might have pulled you into your South Node. And I think you see that. But the 6 to the 5 to the 4 of the Cups. So this is definitely depleting emotions. This is definitely, because cups are all about the water, which is all about the emotions, and that's like depleting emotions for this person, for this situation. And it's going through them one by one. Okay. Six of Wands. This is the Black Violet Tarot. This is another one of my favourite decks. That one. Ooh, that flipped. No, I'm going to say that one's flipped up in the reverse, whatever it is. This one. Some more cups here coming out. Take one more just now and then we'll take a few more. Nope. That one. Yeah, I'm not surprised the Hermit's come out. Ooh, 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 this is good. This is good. We'll take two more and I'll tell you what we've got out here. So I think I've forgotten to hold up all the cards. I'm not sure you can see them particularly well from that distance, but I can bring the camera closer as well. Ooh, Ghost. Interest. Okay, interest. Oh, I've had a really busy 3 days at work. Words, formulating, cohesive sentences, difficult. Judgment. Judgment twice. Oh, right. So we've got the Ten of Swords in reverse coming out on top of Victory. Ten of Swords is fantastic. That is, for me, that's about pulling the swords out your own back, standing up and being a phoenix. Phoenix rising from the ashes. It's like physically pulling every single one of those 10 swords out and going, yeah, I'm fine. Which is really, really good. Which is why I've got the Six of Wands here. That's Victory. Got the Knight of Cups on top of the Chariot, on top of the Eight of Swords. So you were stuck on your head. You decided to, you got yourself very, very unstuck from your Eight of Swords. And I get the feeling that this Knight of Cups is in this Chariot and they're taking their cup of love elsewhere. I've got the Hermit, which is coming out on top of the Five of Cups, which tells me that you went within, you did a lot of self-reflection. And this whole reading has been about self-reflection. I hadn't even realised it wasn't anything much about this person's energy. There's not even much about what they did. I just know they brought you to rock bottom. They fish hooked you in, did the same again. You felt shame. But you can see your lack of boundaries. You can see, and you're bringing judgment down twice on this situation. So the Hermit's come on top of this sadness and regret and this nostalgia. So that's really telling me you looked at the past. You looked at how this person hurt you in the past. And you might have felt some shame about believing this person. But I think maybe it helped. I get the feeling that it helped you heal from that wound that they caused originally. So maybe you hadn't originally healed from whatever wound took you to rock bottom. And then fish hooking you in again might have brought you some shame, but it taught you something about yourself, about maybe your lack of boundaries and setting better boundaries. And I think you did walk away this time. I think you charioted the way out of there. And I've got Ghost. Now, Ghost is like the Five of Cups. And we had the Five of Cups come out here. But Ghost is like this person is haunted. So what's interesting is this has come on top of the King of Pentacles and this Magician in the reverse. And I get the feeling that, because this one for me was about, we've now had the Hermit come out, but I did get a kind of self-reflective feeling from that I felt that this was self-reflection. And this to me told me that, well, if you stayed with this person, you weren't going to be able to, weren't going to be able to manifest your healing, and you were going to stay kind of almost haunted by the past. Like, it's almost like, gosh, the energy is like, you got back with this person, thought you were going to have all the highs, and then suddenly you started remembering all the lows, and then as you remembered, you kind of started to become haunted and realised that history was repeating itself, and you realised you would always be haunted and that this person was just never ever going to change, which is why I've got Judgment twice, and then this Four of Cups, which is rejecting love and seeing this person for who they are, which is stubborn, and that they are never ever going to change. And the only person you can change is yourself, and that is fixing your lack of boundaries and setting up really good strong boundaries with this person, or blocking them. I'm not sure. Let's see what the cards tell us. So, but this is really good energy. Ace of Pentacles on top of the Ten of Swords. You pulled out every single sword from your back, and you're happy to go and take your seed of potential and go elsewhere, which is fantastic. Tower. Two people falling out the tower. It's a catastrophic tower. It's on flames. There's lightning. The top of the tower is falling off. That is an absolutely catastrophic tower. Was this a really hard... I mean, we've got rock bottom coming out, and if you're going through hell, keep going. I think this was a tower for you. I think this was a really hard thing for you to do. I've made it sound like it was quite easy. Like, oh, you were 8 of swords, you were stuck in your head, and then you got in your chariot and you moved on and you took your couple of elsewhere. But it was a tower for you, and it was a defining moment for you. And it caused all this healing, and it caused you to kind of reframe the past. Because we've got double judgment here. It's almost like you rained down judgment on the first time they brought you to rock bottom, and you rained down judgment on the second time. And this judgment card is really interesting because she's sitting and she's kind of... There's a pool here. I don't know if you can see it. There's a dark pool and she's looking at her reflection. This one in this deck gives me a very reflective. It's almost like it's that hermit, and we've got the hermit here as well, Virgo energy. I forgot to say Virgo energy here. It gives that sense of self-reflection, judging yourself, seeing how you could, and in a nice way, gently judging yourself, which is where this shame comes from. Healing that shame, seeing where you went wrong with your lack of boundaries, and you changing yourself because this person never will. And that doesn't mean, I suspect that means you can't be with this person without abandoning yourself. 7 of Swords. So this person, told you was basically lies and deceit to fish hook you back in. I mean, I think we'd already established that, but I think because it's on top of the hermit, I think you can see that the lies and deceit very clearly. I'm not going to take that one, it kind of fell out onto me, so I'm going to take another one. That one. 5 of Pentacles. So the 5 of Pentacles is about lack, being out in the cold. This one's given me, there's just one person in this. They're not trying to get into the church or whatever building. It looks like church windows she's walking past. She doesn't look like she's trying to get in. She looks like she's walking away. Almost like leaving the 5 of Pentacles behind her. And you have to walk away, otherwise you'll just always be haunted. Okay, oh, that one. And we go from the 5 to the 10. Fantastic. So we've got the 10 of Pentacles. And in this particular 10 of Pentacles, because I mean, 10 of Pentacles is about abundance, and it's abundance with someone else. And there's a lovely family in here, 2 people and a little baby, and they're holding a little girl or a little boy's hand. And there's 10 Pentacles around them, and they're very happy. It gives me a very 4 of Wands kind of feel to this card, or even a 10 of Cups kind of feel to this card, especially because there's a kind of happy family in it. Can be about wealth and generational wealth. This card never gives me that vibe. It always just feels more like a, just, you know, this is part of this self-reflecting here with this hermit here right in the middle with this Phoenix rising. You know that unless you don't walk away, you will never get your 10 of Pentacles in this happy family. And you will be haunted. You will be haunted if you didn't be staying with this person and believing their lies and deceit. And you would abandon yourself as well and have to have a lack of boundaries. And when this person came in the second time, you probably believed them for a while, but you've changed, you've healed part of what they'd wounded you with. And I think you were strong enough this time to recognize your lack of boundaries in the beginning. And just, yeah, walk away, so that by walking away and leaving the 5 of Pentacles behind, you can move on to the 10 of Pentacles, which is fantastic. Okay, the other person's energy hasn't really come out. I think you're the King of Pentacles in this reading. It's the only... Oh, we had the Knight of Cups as well, which was definitely your cup. You were taking that elsewhere on your chariot. The other person's energy isn't really here. Let's just take a few, in which case I'm not going to clarify anything. I might just take a few tea leaf oracle cards though, just to give me, it's just a little outro today. I normally do them as an intro, but let's do them as an outro. So, oh, that one, and that one. Oh, fun. Oh, no. They didn't really flip out. I'm going to put those ones back. That one. Ooh, we've got marriage popping out. Let's go a few more. Try and get 10. 2 for each line. Oops, there we go. Let's see how many that is. Let's see how many that is. So we had Beau and You're Highly Thought Of, and Sunrise in reverse. New creative ideas, new ventures, a fresh start. Okay, but we had the Ace of Pentacles down here. So this person coming in, there was never going to be anything new with them. It was never going to grow. There was never going to be any sunshine. There was never going to be any sunlight. We've got Axe, forces working against you. Yeah, that's coming out on top of Power Hungry. We've got Handshake in the reverse, which is a meeting with a stranger could be important. In the reverse. So is this with someone you know, if it's not a stranger? Ah, of course, yes, it's the same person coming back. And then we've got older man in the reverse. Dealings or relationships with an older man. So that might be someone who's younger. So not old. We've got not unsuccessful plans in the reverse. So whatever it is. This person wants to be successful, but they're not. Casket. Someone is going out of your life or the end of a situation. And we'd already established that. This is more your self-reflection after the fact. That one kind of came out last week. Teardrops, great personal sorrow. You did shed a lot of tears over this. I'm not going to trivialize it for you. Persevere and you will overcome problems. In the reverse. So that's coming out on top of lack of boundaries. So yeah, until you asserted healthy boundaries, you were never going to overcome your problems and lead to, which funnily enough was the vibe I was getting from the Ten of Pentacles, which is the marriage card coming out there. Okay, I'm going to leave that there. Thank you very much for joining me. If you're new, which you probably are, since this channel is quite new, I don't have that many subscribers. Welcome in. Obviously, this is a tarot reading, so take what resonates, leave the rest. Use your discernment. And I hope you have a lovely rest of your February and your week. Okay, bye bye.